Sir,
Yes, please.
you told me to remind about textbook examples.
Yeah. Thank you. When you look at examples in textbook, especially some questions like sine inverse 2 by 3 plus sine inverse 5 by 6. Let's say they wanted to find. We can directly use formula. We have sine inverse x plus sine inverse y is x root.
1 minus y square.
Yeah. You substitute x and y, you'll get the answer. But sometimes in textbook, you may find they might have not done like that. Okay. They might have taken this as A, they might have taken this as B. They may find the sine A plus B and write sine A cos B plus cos A sin B. They may write sine A equal to this, sine B equal to this, and they will tell angle A is in first quadrant, that's why cos A is positive, angle B is in first quadrant, that's why cos B is positive. And then they may substitute those values. Okay. Some people it may be all that confusing a little bit. Okay. You want to drive, you can use the formula directly, not an issue. In IP also marks will come. Okay. So some examples, if they're confusing, you tell me, I'll explain in a different way. Or I think with this you got some perspective, okay, how to deal with it. And you also know this, if you have one more sine inverse and say, let's say they ask you to prove pi by 2 or something else. First we'll combine these two, we'll get one single sine inverse. That and this will combine using the formula. Sometimes what you can do is, because you know answer is pi by 2, let's say here you have sine inverse 3 by 5. And here you have sine inverse 4 by 5. You don't have to combine these two. Write the sine inverse 4 by 5 as cos inverse 3 by 5. And you know cos inverse 3 by 5 plus sine inverse 3 by 5 is pi by 2. Okay. So like that, when especially when answer is pi by 2, you can manage like that. Okay. So if somebody has any confusion in understanding some examples, you let me know. I'll discuss in the class. Or at least try to understand instead of using a formula, they want to take care of all the cases, how angles are acute or obtuse and all those details. Okay. So before doing this, whatever 33 onwards, whatever questions, let me remind you of these things, that sine inverse x, what is the domain? What is the range? Domain is closed interval -1 to 1. Range is closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Cos inverse x, domain is -1 to 1, range is 0 to pi. And tan inverse x, domain is all real numbers and range is open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Actually, the inverse of these things are for sine, cos, tan, for them to be bijections. And when you reverse them, the sine range will become domain here and sine domain will become range here. Similarly, you can write for secant inverse, cosecant inverse also. Okay. So we have some range questions. We may use this data, but question number 33 has a small trick in it. It's very important to notice that. Okay. Question number 33. First, I'll tell you the wrong method, then I'll tell you the correct method. Sine inverse x plus cos inverse x plus tan inverse x, they want range. What is there? Sine inverse x plus cos inverse x, you can write pi by 2 plus tan inverse x. Okay. Tan inverse x alone is between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. When I add pi by 2, it will be between what to what?
0 to pi.
0 to pi. Yes. Add pi by 2 here, add pi by 2 here, 0 to pi. But answer is not 0 to pi. It is there, but that is not the answer. Okay. Sometimes answer may be key mistake, but this is not key mistake. Okay. Why? Is sine inverse x plus cos inverse x, is it always pi by 2?
No, sir, only between x equal to -1 to 1.
If it is more than 1, what is the sum of sine inverse x plus cos inverse x value? For example, you put x equal to 2 or 3 or root 3.
Not possible, sir.
It is not defined. Okay. So if you want the question to be defined, can you take x equal to root 3 and all? No, right?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So you have to understand this is equal to pi by 2 plus tan inverse x for x belongs to closed -1 to 1 only. More than 1, this sum is not defined. Before -1, this sum is not defined. Now within -1 to 1, what is the range of tan inverse x?
Minus pi by 4 to pi by 4.
And then when you add pi by 2 to it, you'll get pi by 4 to 3 pi by 4. So one may miss that. So that's why I told you the functions also. Whenever you want to find range, first of all you should find domain also. And within that domain, you have to find the range. Okay. So that is a one possible mistake that somebody can do. Okay, so 33. First of all, domain is equal to closed interval -1 to 1 for the given function. -1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 1 means tan inverse -1 less than or equal to tan inverse x less than or equal to tan inverse 1, which is -pi/4 less than or equal to tan inverse x less than or equal to pi/4. And given the question or the given expression, that is sin inverse x plus cos inverse x plus tan inverse x is equal to pi/2 plus tan inverse x. Okay, now when I add pi/2 everywhere, pi/2 minus pi/4 less than or equal to pi/2 plus tan inverse x less than or equal to pi/2 plus pi/4. It is plus pi/4 less than or equal to pi/2 plus tan inverse x. Pi/2 plus tan inverse x less than or equal to 3 pi/4. So the range here is pi/4 to 3 pi/4. All right. Okay, those are not completed. Try to copy this 33 solution. If any doubt, you can ask. All right, 33 or any doubt?
No doubt, sir.
Okay.
Sir, don't erase it, sir.
Okay. Today, Tanvisri changed her name to Sinvi Cosvi 3. Sin and cos. Maybe I don't know. Some people might have kept their children names like that, sin and cos. I don't.
Done, sir.
Okay. Okay. Coming to question number 34. The question is sin inverse x1 plus sin inverse x2 so on up to sin inverse x10 is equal to 5 pi. And you are supposed to find x1, x2, x3 values. See, I told you quite a few times, whenever you have one equation but more than one unknown, or you have n equations but number of unknowns are greater than n, most probably it is a extreme value. It will happen for a specific question only, specific set of values only. Okay. For example, if they give 5 pi, it's okay, we are able to tell. If they are given 4 pi, 3 pi, we cannot tell what are the values because there will be infinite such values. What is the so specialty of 5 pi is sin inverse x1, whatever x1 you take, what is the maximum value of sin inverse x1?
1.
X1 maximum value is 1, but sin inverse x1 maximum value is 5 by 2.
5 by 2.
This is also maximum 5 by 2. This is also maximum 5 by 2. So total LHS, what is the maximum value will be?
5 pi.
5 pi, 10 times 5 by 2. So equal to 5 pi is only possible when this is 1, this is 5 by 2, this is 5 by 2, this is 5 by 2. If any one of them is less than 5 by 2, equal to 5 pi, not possible. Okay. But if they would have given 4 pi, I cannot say that everything should be pi by 2s or few pi by 2s and a few pi by 4s. Not necessary. Right? There will be infinite combinations. This may be little less than pi by 2, that may be little more than pi by 4, all sorts of things. Okay. So one equation and 10 unknowns, it must be extreme value to recognize that. So sin inverse x1 is less than or equal to pi by 2. Sin inverse x2 is less than or equal to pi by 2. Similarly, sin inverse x3 is less than or equal to pi by 2 or x10. When you add all of them, you will get sin inverse x1 plus sin inverse x2, so on up to sin inverse x10 is less than or equal to 10 times pi by 2, which is 5 pi. Okay, that means this LHS value is always less than or equal to 5 pi. But equal to 5 pi is possible when only when all are 1. Okay, so sin inverse x1 plus sin inverse x2, so on up to sin inverse x10 equal to 5 pi if and only if sin inverse x1 equal to sin inverse x2 equal to sin inverse x10 equal to pi by 2. All must be equal to pi by 2. From that I can say x1 must be equal to x2 equal to x3 equal to so on up to x10 equal to 1. If all are 1, sum of their squares will be 10. Okay, other than 5 pi, they can give something else here also where we can tell all the values. What is that they can give?
Minus 5 pi.
Yes, if they give minus 5 pi, you have to understand this is greater than equal to minus 5 by 2, greater than equal to minus 5 by 2, that is the other extreme. Between minus 5 pi to 5 pi, anything else they give, we cannot tell x1, x2, x3 explicitly what are those values. There will be lot of set of values.
Sir,
Yes, please.
once again explain from starting, sir.
I'm saying sin inverse x1 is defined when x is between minus 1 to 1, but the answer of sin inverse x will be between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. The maximum value of this is pi by 2, maximum value of this is pi by 2, maximum value of this is pi by 2. Right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
The total LHS maximum value is 10 times pi by 2.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now that is 5 pi. So if it is equal to 5 pi, there's only one way it can be equal to 5 pi. Every one of them should be pi by 2. Because even any one of them is little less than pi by 2, the sum cannot be 5 pi. And nothing can be more than pi by 2. Right?
Sir, once again tell, sir.
Every expression, no expression can be more than pi by 2, right?
Yes, sir.
So the sum of all these things, can it cross 10 times pi by 2, which is 5 pi? Can it cross 5 pi?
No, sir.
Equal to 5 pi, when it will happen?
When it's pi by 2.
Everything must be pi by 2, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's what we proved. That we proved that each one maximum is pi by 2, the total maximum is 5 pi, but equal to
Why
5
less
pi.
than equal to, sir?
But now, equal to pi by 2, we don't know in the beginning. Whatever x you take, sin inverse x in general cannot cross pi by 2.
Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is less than equal to pi by 2, this is less than equal to 4, this is less than equal to pi by 2. Adding all these things, I got less than or equal to 5 pi.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it is not equal to here. What I'm saying is this itself is what you call, this is 5 pi. How did I get that 5 pi? From 10 times pi by 2. Okay, this is actually less than or equal to 5 pi actual. But when will equal to will happen? I'm asking. That is only possible when all of them must be pi by 2.
Yes, sir.
Then for this to be pi by 2, x1 must be 1. For this to be pi by 2, x2 must be 1. Like that, everything should be 1. And the question is sum of their squares.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Let us say they would have given 3 pi to me. I cannot say everything should be 3 pi by 10. Okay, because some can be more than 3 pi by 10, some can be less than 3 pi by 10, and the whole thing can be 3 pi. Which one is less than 3 pi by 10, or how much less, it can keep changing. But equal to 5 pi, there is no such case, right?
Yes, sir.
Is others clear about 34?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 35 you can verify from the options. Apart from that, it is a simple quadratic equation. You can write cot inverse x as pi by 2 minus tan inverse x, and then you can solve the quadratic equation. You get two answers. One of them is there, one of them is not there.
Don't rub below, sir.
Okay. Tan inverse x whole square plus pi by 2 minus tan inverse x whole square equal to 5 pi square by 8. This is tan inverse x whole square. This is pi by 4 minus pi tan inverse x plus tan inverse x whole square. 5 pi square by 8.
Sir, pi square by 4, sir.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I have to split. This is 6 pi square by 8. How to write is a product of two things whose difference is minus 8 pi by 8.
You can erase, sir, now, of course.
Okay. I'm just seeing how to split this middle one. I can use minus b plus or minus, but if I write this minus pi by 4, I'll also get minus 3 pi by 4. Pi by 4 and 3 pi square by 16. But I have to get product of these two, right? This difference is right. Okay. Well, let me divide with 2 if possible. Tan inverse x whole square minus pi by 2 tan inverse x minus 3 pi square by 16. Yeah, 3 pi by 4 and pi by 4. You can take that. Okay. Tan inverse x whole square minus pi by 2, you can write 3 pi by 4 minus pi by 4. into tan inverse x minus 3 pi square by 60. If you factorize, I think it will come tan inverse x minus 3 pi by 4 to tan inverse x plus pi by equal to 0. If you are not getting idea how to split, you can use minus b plus or minus root b square method for AC by 2. Okay, so I will get tan inverse x equal to 3 pi by 4 or tan inverse x equal to minus pi by 4. This will give me x equal to minus 1. Does this also will give me x equal to minus 1?
No, sir.
No. Tan inverse x equal to 3 pi by 4. Anybody want to tell me the solution?
Sir, it is not in principal values.
Yeah. If you find tan 3 pi by 4, it may appear like minus 1 only value because second quadrant. But tan inverse x can never be 3 pi by 4 because maximum value is pi by 2 is outside that. No solution. Okay, this is nothing great. Simple quadratic equation solving only. Maybe splitting the middle term might give you some idea. So. All right, 35, can I erase?
No, sir.
No, okay.
Sir,
Yes, please.
sir, what is the maximum value of 3 sin inverse x cos inverse x?
We would still think directly we cannot tell. Generally, when you want to find maximum or minimum, it should contain one type of function, not sine inverse, cos inverse, both. So to convert the question into only sine inverse or only cos inverse.
Done.
Okay. Okay, 36. I can use a cube plus b cube formula as a plus b whole cube minus 3ab into a plus b, or a plus b into a square plus b square minus ab. And then anyway I have to convert into quadratic equation either in terms of sin inverse or cos inverse. So directly I am going to simply write cos inverse x as pi by 2 minus sin inverse x. And just expand normally. A minus b whole cube, a cube minus 3a square b, 3 into pi by 2 whole square into sin inverse x plus 3a b square, 3 into pi by 2 into sin inverse x whole square minus b cube, which is sin inverse x whole cube. That will get cancelled with this. Now I can take 3 pi by 2 common. I will get sin inverse x whole square. When I take 3 pi by 2 here, 1 pi by 2 will be left. So minus pi by 2 sin inverse x. This one I divide with 3 pi by 2 pi square by 12. Which is 3 pi by 2. I want to make perfect square. So sin inverse x whole square minus 2 into sin inverse x into this I can write pi by 4. For that I need pi square by 16. So pi square by 16. How to write this as pi square by 16 plus something else is pi square by 48. Number 3, 3, 4, yes. Now this is a perfect square. 3 pi by 2 into sin inverse x minus pi by 4 whole square plus pi square by 48. Something whole square, minimum will be 0. So minimum is easy. So minimum is equal to 3 pi by 2 into 0 square or 0 plus pi square by 48. Which is pi cube by 32. Maximum. Sin inverse x alone will be between what to what?
Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2.
And when you subtract pi by 4, only this total inside without square will be between what to what? Minus 3 pi by 4 to pi by 4. If I take anything between minus 3 pi by 4 to pi by 4, when you square it, in between 0 is there, so 0 square is a minimum. Maximum will come at this corner or this corner?
Minus 3 pi by 4.
Yeah, the square of that is 9 pi square by 16. So I'm going to write that. Later on I'll give some explanation also. So maximum will be 3 pi by 2 into the square. This is minus 3 pi by 4 whole square is a maximum plus pi square by 48. Which is 3 pi by 2 into this is 9 pi square by 16. So I multiply with 3, 27, 28 pi square by 48. And if I am putting minus 1 directly, if I put minus 1 basically pi cube plus pi cube by 8, I should get 7 pi cube by 8. This is 7 4 3 are 12, 12 4 is 7 pi cube by 8. Okay, how did I write this 0 and this? If somebody may have a doubt, minus pi by 2 less than or equal to sin inverse x less than or equal to pi by 2. When I subtract pi by 4, minus pi by 2 minus pi by 4 less than or equal to sin inverse x minus pi by 4 less than or equal to pi by 2 minus pi by 4. Which is minus 3 pi by 4 less than or equal to sin inverse x minus pi by 4 less than or equal to pi by 4. And when a square, sin inverse x minus pi by 4 whole square will belong to, minimum will be 0, maximum will be square of this, which is a 9 pi square by 16, not square of this. Okay. Somebody may have still doubt why is it this square, not that square. It is like asking minus 5 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 2. Varshit Reddy, are you there in the class? Varshit Reddy.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you take anything between minus 5 to 2 and square it, what is the minimum and what is the maximum?
Minimum is 4 and maximum is 25.
Are you sure about it?
Minimum is 0, sir.
Yeah, minimum is 0 and maximum is 25. Yeah. It is not that this square is the minimum, rather in between 0 is there, that square is the minimum. Maximum is not this square, it is this square. So sometimes minimum value square can be maximum. Same thing here. Okay. So a cube plus b cube I would have dealt in some other way, like a plus b whole cube minus 3ab into a plus b, or a plus b into a square minus ab plus b square. At the end, anyway, I had to convert cos inverse into sin inverse, which is a quadratic. So I thought, why not do like this? Lokeshwara, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Yes, please.
sir, why can't you write minus pi cube by 8 less than or equal to sin inverse x whole cube less than or equal to pi cube by 8, and we can add those two inequalities?
Okay, you want to find minimum of each and maximum of each.
Yes, sir.
But the problem is sin inverse x maximum is pi by 2 and that is attained when x is 1. And
Yes.
cos inverse x maximum is pi and that is attained when x equal to minus 1. Okay, and regarding minimum, cos inverse minimum is 0 is attained at x equal to 1. Sin inverse x minimum is minus pi by 2 attained at minus 1. So they are not happening simultaneously. That's the problem.
Yes, sir.
Your answer is correct if this question is sin inverse x whole cube plus cos inverse y whole cube.
Yes, sir. They'll not occur simultaneously.
Yeah, there is no, if they are independent, we can do that.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, I can give you some rough idea about the graph. Don't worry how the graph came based on this explanation. This is the graph of this function, the total question. Oh, sorry, you are not able to see that. Okay, the overall graph of the original function as x changes will be somewhat like this. This is at minus 1, this is at 1, and this is at 1 by root 2. Okay, so they decreased from some value and again increased. So the final minimum value happened at 1 by root 2 and the maximum value happened at minus 1. This is the maximum and this is the minimum. Anybody still any doubt regarding 36?
Yes, sir.
Yes, what is your doubt?
Sir, the third step, how you simplified, did not get.
I took 3 pi by 2 common, that's all.
So that next step
Okay, that I'll explain, but somebody has doubt.
is
Because sin inverse x whole square is 3 pi by 2 coefficient. This 3 pi by 2 I took common. How this one became this divided 3 pi by 2. How this one became this divided 3 pi by 2. Is it okay, Ritam Day?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I want to write perfect square. This is like a square. This is like AB. I want to write 2AB. A square minus 2AB. That's why I wrote pi by 2 as 2 into pi by 4. Then if I have a square minus 2ab, I should also have b square. So pi by 4 whole square I need it. That's why I wrote pi square by 16. I can write anything here, but I want square of this. How did I write this? From this subtract this, the rest of the part is this.
Yes, sir. I have that min-max part also doubt.
I'll explain. A square minus 2ab plus b square. This together is a perfect square, and that is this. Square of anything, the minimum is 0, right? Square of something cannot be negative.
Yes,
So
sir.
minimum is very easy. Regarding maximum, I'm explaining all this. Sin inverse x is between minus 90 degrees to 90 degrees. When you subtract 45, it will be from minus 135 degrees to 45 degrees. To take anything between minus 135 to 45 and square it, the maximum will happen not the square of this, it will happen square of this. That's why I asked Varshit this example, that you take minus 5 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 2. You take anything between minus 5 to 2, if you take square of that, what is the minimum and what is the maximum?
0 minimum, 25 maximum.
So it is not that this square and this square you will take and over. In between you have to see 0 is also there. The same way, anything if you take between minus 3 pi by 4 to pi by 4, minimum is 0 when you square it. Maximum is not square of this, rather square of this, which is 9 pi square by 16. That's why we wrote minimum of this square is 0, maximum is that 9 pi square by 16 and Saket, do you have any still doubt?
I understood, sir.
Okay. Saket.
no, sir.
Okay.
That graph you drew, that was on maximum and minimum only, no, sir?
Yeah, just to show that this function at minus 1 it has maximum value, decreased up to 1 by root 2 and then increased up to some value. But this is not as high as this. That's why maximum happened here, minimum happened.
Yes, sir.
Vanessa, are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, I'm going to erase this at least to some extent. Namrata, you completed copying?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, 37. Yeah, last time I think Satyanarayana was asking this, that sin inverse 2x root 1 minus x square, I can take x as sin theta and get sin 2 theta here and write 2 sin inverse x. I can take x equal to cos theta also, I'll get same 2 theta, I'll get answer 2 cos inverse x also. That is also right. This is equal to 2 sin inverse x also, but under some x values only. This is also equal to 2 cos inverse x also under some x values. Here now they are asking under what x value this the formula is valid. Okay, LHS, what is the range?
Minus pi by 2 pi by 2.
Yeah. First of all, if you take x equal to cos theta, you will get LHS equal to RHS, no doubt. Because this is 2 theta, this is sin inverse sin theta, that is also 2 theta. But everything is valid only when 2 theta is that within the principal values of sine. Okay. So here, first of all, LHS belongs to open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. which implies even RHS also should belong to open interval, that closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. But cos inverse cannot cover negative values, so it will only be between 0 to pi by 2. This implies RHS should belong to 0 to pi by 2 because RHS cannot accept negative values. Okay, so 2 cos inverse x belongs to 0 to pi by 2 means cos inverse x belongs to 0 to pi by 4. And cos inverse x belongs to 0 to pi by 4 means x belongs to cos 0 and cos pi by 4. What is cos 0?
1.
And cos pi by 4 is 1 by root 2, and we should write smaller value first. So instead of saying 1 to 1 by root 2, I should write 1 by root 2 to 1. So between x equal to 1 by root 2 to 1, it is 2 cos inverse x. XYZ are in AP given, but right now I don't want to use it. Without using it, what will come, I want to see actually. I can only take y common here.
Sir, in the third step, you wrote that y minus x upon 1 plus xy equal to z minus y upon 1 plus zy. There you can cancel the numerators, right?
Yeah, I'm saying if x, y, z are not in AP also, only this what it give, I want to try that first. If it is this, I would have got directly x equal to z, and then they say we can say they are all equal kind of thing. Okay, so only the second one, the tan inverse x, tan inverse y, tan inverse z are in AP. It doesn't give anything, I guess. I thought it will give there in GP or HP or one of them, but it is not. If I take x, y, z common here, what I will get? Y by x plus y by z minus 2. Okay, so I have to use that there in AP somewhere, otherwise it's not. Okay, so I'll just cancel these two, and then 1 plus xy equal to 1 plus zy cancel 1, we'll get xy equal to zy cancel y, we'll get x equal to z. If x equal to z, even y is also equal to that, because y is equal to x plus z by 2 because they're in AP. So here also since x, y, z are in AP. X minus y equal to y minus z. So y equal to x plus z by 2, which is x itself. So which is y equal to x equal to z.
Sir,
So
y minus x equals to y minus z, sir. No.
Y minus x equal to z minus y. You can multiply minus, same thing will
Yes,
come, right?
sir.
Okay, so x equal to y equal to z. Next, I'm not going to discuss 39, even though we have some idea about how to see the 3 radians, 7 radians, 5 radians, nearest degrees and do it. I want to discuss something else and then come back to only 39. I'll skip it for the time being. I want to do next 40, 41, 43 together. 40, 41 and 43. Or maybe I'll do 40, then 43, then 41. Of course, if time is not there, we'll stop it. But after 38, next 40, next 43, next 41. Okay, 38 I want to erase. Is it okay? Or anybody needs more time? All right. 40. I don't know how much time we have, but it is based on method of differences. 3, 7, 13, 21. There is some pattern you have to notice that. The gap between 3 and 7 is 4. From here to here gap is 6. From here to here gap is 8. Next gap will be 10. Next gap will be 12. Next gap will be 14. Next gap will be 16. Okay. So one may ask, what are these numbers? I think a lot of people are going to waiting room because they are not putting their video on maybe. Okay. So here they did not give further numbers. I'm just showing you. When you have these numbers, I want to know what is the nth term. Okay. It is not AP or GP or HP. It is, you can call something AAP if you want. That means the difference are in AP. What is the gap between 3 and 7? 4. The gap between these two, 6. The gap between these two, 8. The gap between these two is 10. And the gap between these two is 12. Then one may ask how to deal with them. This 7, I'm going to write 3 plus 4. This 13, I'm going to write 7 plus whatever extra, 6. Okay. But anyway, first term is 3. I will write it as 1 plus 2. I'll tell you later on why 1 plus 2 I'm writing. Second term is 7, which is the previous term plus 4 extra, which I'll write 1 plus 2 plus 4. Third term is 13, which is 6 extra than the previous one. So previous one as it is 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 6. Fourth term is 21, which is whatever 13 plus extra 8. So 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8. So I would have written 3 here. After that, you would have considered an AP. But I want to have one more term in AP basically. So if you take nth term, you can easily guess what is going to come. You will always have one. Here 1 term, here 2 terms, here 3 terms, and here 4 terms. So your nth term will have n such terms. So 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8, so on. These are n terms of an AP. So here your nth term itself is sum of n terms of an AP. Right? Now, I can take 2 common and understand it is sum of n natural numbers, 2 times that. Or first time is 2, common difference 2, n terms of an AP, you can do any formula. That is n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into b. 2 times 2 plus n minus 1 into 2. Okay, you can take 2 common and cancel. You are going to get, you can also write 1 plus 2 times n into n plus 1 by 2 also. That is sum of n natural numbers after taking 2 common. If you cancel 2, you'll get 1 plus n into n plus 1, which is n square plus, I'll leave it like this, we'll not even simplify. Okay. Now if you have doubt, you can verify whether you are getting all the terms or not. You put n equal to 1, you will get 1 plus 1 into 2, which is 3. When you put n equal to 2, you will get 1 plus 2 into 3, 1 plus 6, which is 7. If you take 1 plus 3 into 4, 13, 1 plus 4 into 5, 21, 1 plus 5 into 6, 31, 1 plus 6 into 7, 43, so on. We only found nth term. Okay. Okay. Try to copy up T here. If any doubt you ask me, we'll see how to do further. Anybody any doubt so far?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, at least copy if time may be up. If required, I'll explain tomorrow once again. Just copy this as it is.